Excel has simplified data analysis, all right, with its functions and formulas. And as we're embarking in our journey to understanding Excel, I want to introduce you to statistical functions. Come with me. Hi there, welcome to Accounting with Naomi. Once again, it is a series on Excel. Please tell your friends to tell your friends, tell everybody you know, and let's get into it. So we've built our company. Here we are with the mathematical function. So we're going to use the same information now as we get into statistical function. All right, so in statistical function, I'm going to cover three functions here. All right, remember, it's not everything that I'm covering. I'm covering the most commonly used function under statistic functions, or rather the foundational, like we say, the basic functions. All right, so I'm going to cover minimum, maximum, and average. All right, so the minimum function is used to identify the lowest or the least value in a range of sales or in a specified cell. All right, so usually when I'm looking for anything, the lowest or the least, so when we use the word lowest or least, I'll be referring to the minimum function. Right, then we have maximum. Maximum is used to identify the maximum or highest value in a range of sales. Right, this is when I use the greatest, the highest, or the most. All right, so once you hear the most value, the highest, or the greatest, then I'm referring to the max function or maximum function. Then we have the average function. Average function calculates the average value for a specified sales or range. Right, if I'm looking for weighted or the middle value, then I'll be referring to the average function. Right, so let's go back to our business. We're going to keep this video, quite short now that we understand how minimum, maximum, and average works. All right, remember, these are not the only functions. We are building on Excel, so we're going to have much more statistic functions as we go, especially when we start looking at the graphs. All right, and when we do data analysis. Right, when we do data analysis, we're going to come back to statistic and do more functions as well under statistical functions. All right. So like I was saying, we are still busy with Emerald Clothing Line. Emerald Clothing Line sells clothes. All right. And we had data from January all the way to February. We had the units sold per month, and then we had a total. Right. We also had the price per unit. So the price for every unit was 150. And then we have, because we're using the perpetually value system, we have gross profit percentage that is fixed. All right. And then we have, of course, VAT is fixed at 15%. Okay. So from that, we're able to calculate every other information, like knowing the selling price excluding VAT, selling price including VAT, knowing the cost of sales as well as the cost of sales including VAT, knowing the profit and the VAT. We did all of that calculation. Please do check out the previous video where we worked on mathematical function. All right. Then we are here. I can use the same data to now build onto statistical functions, right? As follows. Let's go. Let's say, for example, right? Let's say, for example, I'm asked to give the lowest unit sold. Okay, what was the lowest unit sold? All right, so per the month, so we've got 12 months, January to December. I want to know the amount of units that was the lowest. All right, so because of the word lowest, I know that I'm working with minimum. Minimum will give me the lowest. All right, so this actually makes life easy for me when I have to look for the least performing month. I'll be able to tell from the unit that was sold. All right, so how do you go about it? Remember, the number one rule, always start the formula with an equal sign. So equals to, all right, minimum. So I'm just going to say min. So we're going to select then the whole range. So I want the minimum from January, which is in C4, all the way to, so I'm using a colon, all the way to December, which is in C15. And then I'm going to just close the bracket and enter. All right. So as you can see, it gives me the lowest amount. If you check them very well, the January has the lowest amount of sales. As you can see, the sales was increasing as we go. from January all the way to December, sales kept on increasing. Right, so January was the least performing month, and therefore you can see I've got the units as above. All right, then that's for units. So pay attention to what is being asked of you. Remember, it was units, so that's why I use units. Okay, the next one, say let's find the average profit. I'm working now with profit. I want the average profit, or rather the middle value like we said, or rather the weighted value like we said. So we're going to say equals to average, right, open brackets, and then I'm going to select again the whole range. So I'm going to go to my profit starting from F4 colon all the way to F15, and then close my bracket and enter. All right, so this gives me the average profit that I made during the year. Okay, so if I'm saying, if I have to basically tell somebody how well is your business performing, I can say in average I'm making 438,000, 438,474 rand 57 cents. I can say that's on average what I'm making. So basically the business is doing well. All right, then let's go to the next one. If I want to calculate, or if I want to know what was the highest sale that you made. Right, now here, remember we've got sales including VAT, we've got sales excluding VAT. I'm going to use excluding VAT because I just want to know, I'm looking at it in terms of money, like business wise, how much money I've made. Okay, so apart from VAT and everything like that, so I'm going to look at the sales value excluding VAT. Right, the highest, I'm going to use maximum. Right, so equals to max, open brackets. I'm going to select the sales, right, starting from D4 colon all the way to D15, and then I close my bracket and enter. Voila. So this gives me my highest sale. And as you all know, as the table is progressing, the best units, or rather the most units sold was in December. Therefore, it is normal for us to actually get the December value, 2.4 million. All right. So that was the highest sale we made during the year. Right, we continue. Now let's go further. You see, this one was easy because we're able to selecting the whole range, right? Now we're going to look at specific things. Okay, so let's say, for example, I want you to calculate, or rather give me the highest units. So I need to pay attention. What am I asking you for? I'm asking for units. So let's just say I just want to select the word. Pay attention to what is being asked. You may know what to do, right? You may know what to do, but then if you don't pay attention to what is being asked, you may get it wrong. So if I'm asking for units and you give me the sales value in rand, then you got it wrong. Right? If I ask for sales value and then you give me the units, you get it wrong. So you need to pay attention to what has been asked of you. All right. So the highest units sold between, pay attention, between January, May, August, and November. So highest is maximum, so equals to max, open brackets, and then I'm going to select from January. I want the units, so I go to the units, I select January, comma, I'm selecting specific sales, so comma, May, comma, August, comma, right, November. Okay, so you can see specific sales. From these 4 months, I want the highest units sold between these 4 months. Then I close my bracket and enter. Right, so it's only looking at the 4 months that I've selected. It's not counting any other data that are not within the 4 months. Okay, so it gave me that from there, my highest was 15,000, which is obviously the last month. As you can see, the table is progressing. Okay, then we go on. Say I want the least amount of sale including VAT. You see here they're very specific. The least amount of sale including VAT made during the year. Right, so I want the sales including VAT. So I'm going to go to the sales including VAT. There we go, by I, column I. All right, so I want the least. The least, it will be the lowest value, which is the minimum. So it's going to be equals to min, open brackets, the minimum the least amount of sale including VAT made during the year for the whole year. So I'm going to go to my column I. I'll select everything. So I'm using the colon to select everything, the whole range. Okay, so that is my sales including VAT made during the year. I want the least amount and enter. All right, simple. It will be the very first month, like we said, because the table is progressive. So always pay attention to details. Be very observant when you're working with data like this. Okay, then lastly, I want the average units sold. We are back to units. Average units sold between. So we're choosing specific months. Okay, this is just us playing around to make sure you understand statistical functions, right? So we're going to say equals to average, open brackets. I want April. First of all, the unit. So I go under column C where I see my units. Then I start from April. All right. So I select the unit in under April, comma, unit under August, comma, unit under October, comma, and finally December. And then close my bracket. If you don't close the bracket, it's going to throw an error. Right, so you close the bracket, then you press enter. Then you are able to get the units. Remember, the units do not have months. All right. If I don't want the decimal, again, we know what to do. We can just come and decrease our decimal. Right, there's so many ways to do it. You can check the previous video we did on mathematical functions. I explained the issue of rounding and the decimals and so forth. You can check it there. All right. Also, please note, guys, some laptops will not take comma. You would have to use semicolon. I have covered this as well in my previous video where we did part 2 of basic Excel formulas. All right, so please go and check it out. Right, I'll put on the links. Go and check out the videos. We had explained all of that. So please, if your laptop is refusing a comma, use a semicolon. All right, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this class and I hope you understand how to work around with your statistical function. Like I said, we are going to come back when we do data analysis again. We're going to do graphs. We're still going to look at more function under statistics. I hope you enjoyed this class. Please do well by subscribing to the channel. Don't just subscribe alone. Please don't keep it for yourself. Share the links around with your friends, with your families, with your colleagues, with your other students, and all the people you know. Share the links around. Tell them about Accounting with Naomi. Tell them to subscribe. Please like this video. Comment. Tell us what we can do for you. Suggest more videos that we can do for you. We are here for you. Catch you on the next video. Bye.